Okay, now let's see IELTS speaking part 1. In IELTS speaking part 1, examiner will ask you some simple questions about yourself, where are you residing, about your work if you are working, about your studies if you are studying, or any other familiar topics. These are one sentence questions in part 1. So what is one sentence question? Like, what is your name? You can, if you will say my name is Bella, and you stop, that's it, then you will get 2 bands. Is it right? No, this answer is not right. If examiner will ask you what is your name, you will not say my name is this and you just keep quiet. You have to elaborate your answer. Okay, these questions are not even counted. How are you? Fine, thank you. 3 bands. Not like that. Okay, they don't ask these type of questions. Questions will be asked on familiar topics like shopping, email, home country, hometown, family, friends, movies, favorite things, favorite color, restaurants, food, anything like that. Okay, and you have to answer part 1. And part 1 is a friendly conversation with the examiner. Very friendly. I mean, examiner will ask you some questions and the purpose is to relax your nerves. There will be too much pressure. Whatever the question is, remember, you will be marked on 4 things. And number 1 is pronunciation. Now, pronunciation does not mean accent. Accent is something different. Accent is you speak English like British people, you speak English like Americans. That is what we call accent. Pronunciation is something different. They will not mark you on accent. They will mark you on pronunciation. When it comes to pronunciation, for example, you say, I like photography very much. Okay. So you have to pronounce the word correctly. Like democracy is the word. And you are saying democracy. That is wrong pronunciation. So you would not be judged on your accent. Instead, you will be judged on pronunciation. Your pronunciation should be correct. Okay. First thing was pronunciation. Now second is fluency. What is fluency? I would like to tell you something. My favorite candy is eclair, and I have always liked this candy since my childhood. This is a very nice candy. That is why every day I take 2 to 3 eclairs. Eclair is my favorite candy. I like it very much, very much. This means you have a lack of fluency. Repetition. Repetition should not be there. Okay. No repetition. So repetition means lack of fluency. You don't have enough vocabulary to show to like express your ideas. So after one sentence you stop, and lack of fluency means you speak word by word. How do you speak word by word? Whether you speak slowly or you speak fast, you have to speak fluently. Okay. Some speak slowly and some speak fast, but you have to speak fluently, right? This is the second criteria. Now third criteria is grammatical range. And I advise you all for speaking part 1, you must use compound sentences. Okay. Like, why do you want to go to a foreign country? I really like to go to a foreign country because, now when you say because, it's a compound sentence. You know this, fanboys? For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. If you are making sentences by using these words like for, and, but, I like this, but I, means you are making sentences by using these words for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so, then you are making compound sentences. So use compound sentences mostly, and you will learn all these phrases. This is what we call compound sentence. So make compound sentences. Last criteria is vocabulary. For vocabulary, I will only say whatever the question is, try to use the synonyms. Synonyms of that. Do you like fast food? And you are saying, yes, I like fast food. I like fast food very much. I like to eat fast food. See that you plan for low band score. Do you like fast food? So instead of using fast food in your answer, you have to say, oh, I really love eating pizzas and burgers. They are my most favorite. Whenever I go outside, I try to eat fast food at least once a week, something like that. So fast food, instead of fast food, you are using pizza, burger. Okay. So if examiner asks you, do you like Western music? Then you can answer like this: I'm literally obsessed with such type of music. So when you start your answer like this, examiner will be like, oh yes, that is the thing. You have to, in order to get good band scores, you have to follow these 4 criteria: pronunciation, fluency, grammatical range, and vocabulary. Okay. One thing more. Answer questions directly. Okay, give direct answers, not indirectly. And step number 2 is elaborate your answer in 2 to 3 sentences. For example, if examiner asks, how often do you eat out? And you are saying, I always love to dine out with my family. That is an indirect answer. You can say once a week, especially at the weekend, and then you can give reasons, 2 to 3 sentences in part 1. Never give long answer in part 1. Never give indirect answer. So how often do you eat out with your family? Eating out is very important. Some people eat out a lot. Some people eat out a little. Okay, you understand what my point is? These type of answers will irritate the examiner. So you have to give direct to the point answer, and this is how you got to go on right now. After this step number 3 is conclude your answer. So to answer your question, I like fast food very much and burgers are my most favorite. So to answer your question, I always dine out with my family once a week. And then conclude your answer. Means give direct answers, elaborate your answers, and step number 3 is conclude your answer. So this is how you can answer in part 1. So in order to get good band scores, you have to follow these: pronunciation, fluency, grammatical range, and vocabulary. The same as in IELTS writing. In IELTS writing, these are 4 different criteria: task response, cohesion and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range, and accuracy. The same as you have to, your vocabulary should be very good, your grammar, okay, your task response, and in speaking, there is a pronunciation. Your pronunciation should be very good, and fluency. And in writing, your answer should be well organized, and all the points asked in the question should be covered and clear, and answer the questions with appropriate tone. So in order to get good band scores in speaking and in writing, you have to follow these rules. If you want to get 7, 7.5 or 8.